You can use it for tomato pastes and, you know, if you're feeling Italian, you know. So guys, welcome to another gardening video of my channel. My name is Spunky Dunko, Unko Dunko, Chuchu, Ama Undundundu. Guys, I'm back. I'm back. Back with another video, guys. I'm so happy to be back. I'm so sorry, you gotta just take some breakages, from the YouTubers, but I'm back. Spring is here, so I just wanted to do a video where I plant out my spring crops. If you can see, there's some wind, so please, if the sound isn't too great, bear with me. Alright, okay, alright, guys. I'm so happy to be posting again. Like just hit that like, man. Hit that like so that you can also, so I know that you guys love that I'm back. Let's get, let's not waste any time. Let's get into the video. Yeah, guys. So as I said, I am planting out some of my spring crop. Yeah, so I just have arranged it. It looks pretty, right? Say it looks pretty. It looks pretty as it's set up. So I'll just go through what I'm gonna be planting, how I'm gonna be planting it, and yeah, man, I hope you enjoy. Yeah, guys. So as you can see behind me, there's some pot plants and some vegetables in there. So I'm gonna be planting these for spring. This is the first time that I'm actually gonna be starting them in pot plants. So yeah, man, it's an experiment. It's an experiment for both of us. So once I've planted everything, I'm going to put them where they need to be in the garden, and then that's how I'll know what is what. And then obviously there's some plants that don't need to be put in plants, such as peas and cucumber. So those ones I'm just gonna do straight into the garden. But I'm excited to do some gardening. Yeah, so here I just literally just planted some cabbage. Let me just show you here. I just planted some cabbage here. And I don't know if you can see the holes, but I just need to cover up those holes. I've already planted the cabbages here. Oh, and also I've watered the soil beforehand, and I just used any soil. I had like potting soil. Hopefully it works, doesn't do too much. So, and that's it, and that's all I'm gonna do for the rest of these pots as well. And then I've also put it in the patch that I want the cabbages to go. So at most I want to have 5. One there, one there, one in the middle, one on the side, and then one there. I think that will be a nice mix of cabbage. So in this patch it's just gonna be cabbage filled. And then next we're gonna have some tomatoes. So we have different varieties of tomatoes. We have the, what's this? We have the Oxheart over here. We have the Roma VF here. So if you haven't grown Roma VF, I would just suggest that you trellis that plant or that tomato, because it really is susceptible to blight here in South Africa. So I would just recommend that you trellis it. Make sure that none of the leaves are touching the ground, and you should be grand. It is a very high maintenance tomato, but I like the way it grows and the way it tastes. You can use it for tomato pastes and, if you're feeling Italian. And then we also have this one, the yellow one. We call it the cherry yellow pear tomato. This is also gonna be growing here. These are very small tomatoes that, like, it creates like more of a meaty tomato, which is really nice. And then this one here, we have the Florida Red. It's the normal tomatoes that we usually have in supermarkets in South Africa. So I'm gonna be growing those. So just a little manual for the beginners. How I plant into these pot plants I would just, okay, so let me say I would take a pot plant, put some soil, whether it's soil from the garden, whether it's soil that you got from the nurseries, potting soil, whatever soil that you're using, you just put it inside the pot plants, and then from there, water. What I did was I watered first, and then when I plant, so I just put like little holes in there, like maybe in the corners, wherever you really want to, wherever you want there to be growth, and then you put in maybe 2 or 3 in each hole, just so that the germination, because not all seeds are going to germinate. So then, just to make sure that you have at least some plant that's growing in that spot, you just grow more. So just maybe 2 or 3 seeds in there, cover the seeds with some soil, and then you're good to go. Yeah. Yeah, so here we have the tomato patch at the back. I hope you guys can see at the back over there. That's the reserved tomato patch. So I've put in the oxtail, the ox heart, the Roma VF, the Florida Raid, as well as the yellow pear as well. So I've put them where I want them to grow, and yeah, let's hope that they do the things. Yeah, so next is gonna be some capsicum, some green pepper. And last year I tried to grow and they didn't grow, so I'm a bit apprehensive. But I've had peppers for like maybe 2 years, because I had it for the first year. I let it perennialize. if that's if that's even a word, I let it perennialize for the following year, and then on the third year they just didn't grow. So let's hope that this method works. Pray for me all, please. Your prayers would be the most. Here we go. The peppers are in there. The seeds are in there. It's watered. Let's hope for some good things. Yeah, so if you can see behind me, I hope and I pray that you can see behind me. Behind me is just like a little trellis that I did last year. So this is the patch where I'm going to be growing all the things that need to be trellised. So that's going to be peas and the cucumber. So what I actually thought about now is that I want to intercrop them. I want to grow them in the same line. You might be asking, why am I not starting the cucumber and the peas in a pot plant? And the simple answer, honestly, is because they are that easy to grow. Peppers and cucumbers are so easy to grow. They don't really need a lot of maintenance. As long as you have good soil and you have them trellised, they are really good to go. And another thing is that when you put them in pot plants and you, let's say, leave them for too long, they become very strangly, if that's even a word. They become very lanky, and then they become harder to maintain. So it's easier if you just plant them straight into the ground and then let them grow. Yeah, so the first thing that I did was that I took off the mulch from the soil. So I have a lot of mulch. As you can see, I have a lot of mulch protecting the soil. So when I plant, I just remove, as I've done here, just so that you can see the soil, and as I've done also here as well, and there as well, just so that the plants don't have obstacles when they're growing. And then, as I said, with peas and cucumbers, they're very easy to grow. So literally, you just place, let's say you just place wherever, and they can also be grown relatively close to each other, because they're gonna be growing up. So you can plant a lot. And in this area here, I'm just gonna be planting some peas, just solely peas. And then once you're done, you just cover, just put some covering on there. And then obviously then you're gonna water this, and they should be grand. Same thing with the cucumbers. So what I'm gonna do is basically do exactly what I did in this patch for the peas. but then I'm also gonna add the cucumbers as well. So I have two varieties that I'm gonna add. So it's gonna be the Ashley and then the garden sweet purpless. So next we have some pumpkin, and I actually have a sad story with pumpkin. Let me actually show you what happened. So if you see here, I literally had a pumpkin growing last year. I had a pumpkin that grew last year, but it was raining so much, the actual plant got so wet that it dislocated, and then it dislocated from the actual, like, from the ground, and it just had this like semi-formed pumpkin. So we're gonna try again. Hopefully it does better. So as you can see, the pumpkin seeds are actually really big, um, and I'm expecting most of these to actually germinate. So probably some of these I won't even use. But yeah, man, I just wanted to show you how big the seeds are and how to actually just plant them. So see, you just cover them nicely. Gone. They are gone now. So the last veggie that needs to be planted into the pot is the kale. Is the kale. So we're just gonna be doing some of that. We're just gonna put some. Yeah, so these seeds are a lot smaller. I don't know if you'll be able to see them, but yeah, I've put them in there, and then the kale should be ready to go. Yeah, so for in this patch, we're gonna grow some carrots. So what I'm gonna do is succession plant them. So I'm gonna plant the first batch here, and then maybe within like a month, maybe in a month or two, I'll plant the next patch of carrots in there, and then after another month, the next patch over there. So with carrots, again, carrots are very high maintenance. So don't plant them too deep in the ground. And then just I just like to grow some lines, just to get something. And then what you do is just kind of sprinkle the carrots evenly. So don't do what I'm doing. But yeah, you just spread them across, and you just keep doing that for each line. And then once you're done, you just cover, just put just a bit of thing, just cover them lightly, cover them lightly. And after that, just water, just to make sure that they have some water in them, and your grand. Same thing with beetroot. I'm gonna do the same thing. And then last but not least, we have the herbs. So we have some chamomile there, we have some thyme over there, we have some basilisk over here, we have echinacea, which is not a herb but it's fine, and then we have some lavender over here. So all of these are just gonna be placed around the garden wherever I feel like they could be good companions for the plants. And yeah, I'll show you the end result. Yeah, guys, so I think that's that. Let me just show you. So hopefully you can see everything. It's not too blurry, it's not too dark. Yeah, so we have everything set. And let's hope things start to grow. So right now I'm just going to water the garden and water the things that are in the pot plants if I feel like it. And then also this, I don't know if you've seen this blackburn. Yeah, so that has like leaves and just things, and I'm gonna use that to add some mulch to the garden. It was really great gardenizing again. But yeah, so I'll just leave you with me watering and the mulch. And I hope you guys have a lovely week and lovely weekend. Love, peace, grow something.